All right, guys. Hi, how are you? It is June 24th. It is our Team Liberate Monday night team call. Couple of things. So I thank you for being flexible with the time. I don't know about you guys, and we can chat about this later, but I feel like now that it's summertime and those of us who have kids, it's just like the days are longer. We're going to bed later, and my son has track now on Mondays, and I'm just like so crazy busy that 8:30 might be a better time. Because I know the last like 3 Mondays I've been like scrambling. That one time Joe just did it for me because I was like just all over the map. So that's something we can chat about moving forward, or at least just for the summer. The other thing is that I don't know about you guys, but my Coach Online office hasn't been working for like 3 hours. And I haven't been able to get in to get the like SC numbers and stuff. So that's why I haven't posted the like the June leadership board, because I literally can't get in. I've been trying for probably like 3 hours, and it just keeps like having an error message. So I'm going to get that up as soon as I can. I'll try again when we get off of here. If not, I'll get it up as soon as I can tomorrow. I feel like I had something else I wanted to tell you, and I thought I wrote it down, but I don't think I did. It'll come to me. Anyway, all right. So let's get started. Tonight is the last Monday, which is insanity. It's the last Monday of the month. I know that. I'll go over it at the end. That's what I wanted to talk about. It is the last Monday of the month, which is just crazy. And so usually the last Monday of every month, we go over the coach basics. And my spiel, as it always has been and always will be, is that this call is for newbies and more veteran coaches alike. Because as a new coach, even if you're not brand new, if you're somewhat new, this call is good for you. I know a lot of times it takes hearing the same things over and over for it to really sink in. Each time you hear it, maybe like something else will kind of, like a new light bulb will go off. So it's good to hear things over and over. And then as a more veteran coach, you are probably likely in a position where these are the things that you need to be teaching your new coaches as they come on board. And this is the stuff that you're using to train your new coaches. So it's definitely helpful to hear it over and over and over. As always, you're all muted for background noise. So if you have any questions, clarifications, suggestions, I'm more than happy to hear it. So just unmute yourself and let me hear it. So the 4 things we're going to go over tonight are vision and goal setting. So like having that vision and setting your goals for your business. We're also going to go over Success Club and incentives, what exactly that means and what they are. We're going to go over quickly rank and controlled business center, and then volume. Now, rank and controlled business center is something we go over a lot in the Emerald call, the Push to Emerald call. So I won't go into too much detail, but I'll definitely cover those a little bit. So to start, we have vision and goal setting. So I think, as we all, can agree, the coaches who dive into this completely and treat it as a business as it is are the ones who are going to be successful. Now, that doesn't mean in order to be successful and to go all in, you have to spend 8 to 10 hours a day working your business. And I'll be honest, that's something, I don't know if that's something I thought, but it's definitely something I thought when I was a newer coach, or something I tried to practice. I don't know if I like consciously knew that I was thinking that, but I wanted to go from 0 to 100 right away. And so I like just every second of every day, and I'm still to this day learning to back off a little bit. But it's those coaches who dive in fully, not necessarily just with their time, but with their effort and, the things that they're trying, the risks that they're taking, getting outside of that comfort zone is where you're going to see success. There's zero success inside your comfort zone. I really like to stress to new coaches, and remind more veteran coaches, because I think sometimes we can forget this. I know I've been in this lull before, is that this business shouldn't be something more. Don't think of this business, and I know it's easier said than done. Try not to think of this business as something more, like something you have to do. I have to do my invites. I have to do my follow-ups. I have to post on social media. Instead, if you can kind of train your brain to think and see this business as more of an opportunity that you get to do, a business that you get to be a part of, an outlet that you have created for yourself, aside from everything else that's going on in your life, I think that's when a lot of us see a lot of success too, is rather than seeing it as a chore, seeing it as an outlet, as something that you can control. I know for me, I'm a huge control freak. And so oftentimes I can start thinking like, oh, I have to do X, Y, and Z for my business. But then once I start working, it's like, it actually calms me because it's something I can control. Like when life is bananas, like I'm pregnant right now and we're getting ready to go on vacation. Like life is just busy, all good things, thankfully. But, even when you're going through some hard times, lean into this business because you can control it. You can control how many invites you send. You can control how many follow-ups you do. You can control how many times per week you post on social media. And that, which might sound crazy to some, is gonna feel good because it's something that you can control when there's so much other chaos going on in your life, whether it's your 9-to-5 job, your family, your house, whatever. Treat it like a business that you have spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on. I think the fact that it's essentially with a challenge pack free to sign up as a coach is a blessing and a curse sometimes in this business. Obviously, it's amazing that you can literally own your own business. It's a legitimate business and you can sign up to own your own business for free as long as you're investing in yourself with a challenge pack. But I think sometimes people can have this notation like, well, I didn't spend any money on it, so I'm not going to, work tonight or whatever. Like if I don't, I don't sell this challenge pack, I don't change this life, I don't hit Success Club, whatever. Like there's really no skin in the game. Right? So again, it's all about this mindset and your vision. You have to tweak your mindset and your vision to almost like trick yourself to thinking like, I have invested. Think of if you were the CEO and the owner of like a brick and mortar Dunkin' Donuts or Walmart or Target. I can't even imagine how much money they put out to start these businesses. Imagine how much they work their ass off, not even just to make a profit, just to get back to ground zero. Like they need to get back their investment. Like imagine how many hours they're putting in, and not even the hours, but then the hours that they are working, they're not scrolling on social media half the time. They're not telling themselves they're working and they're watching TV, which I'm totally guilty of. They're not scrolling on social media and like doing other things. Like they are laser focused because they have invested all this money and they're like, it's do or die. I have to earn this money back because it's so much, and then you have to work that much harder to then make a profit. Not only think about how much time that takes. And, sometimes we're over here expecting our business to go from 0 to 100 in like 3 months. Like it doesn't happen that way. It's a legitimate business. And so it's going to grow as a legitimate business. It's going to take time and work and effort and consistency, but that's a whole nother topic. Think of it as you invested all this time. And good night, babe. I love you. And it's going to pay you that way. Think of this business as your avenue to freedom. So we talk about freedom a lot on this team. Our team name is literally Team Liberate, literally meaning like freedom. Because when I was thinking of a team name, that's exactly what this business meant to me, was like freedom, like the ability to do what I want, when I wanted, with who I wanted. Like today, it was a beautiful Monday. And instead of being in my classroom or working a 9-to-5, being in a cubicle, like I was outside in the sun all day with my son making memories. And it was just the best. It was amazing. But it doesn't come with without any sacrifices. I've been sacrificing the past 4 years, lots of sleep and TV time and family time and so forth, because I have that vision. And I knew from day one that this business opportunity was the avenue to that freedom for me. So, and I always give the example of like Pat Railman. He's not married yet. He doesn't have any kids. So he's not looking to, stay home with his kids. He's looking to travel. If you follow him, he loves to travel. And so for him, and then he talks a lot about his why was not having to ask for time off. Like he would, at the beginning of his business, he would never be able to go on some of the trips that his sisters and his parents were on because he couldn't ask for time off because he worked in like finance. And so there were just certain times of the year that he could not go away. And so for him, freedom is just being able to buy a plane ticket and leave whenever he pleases. And so you have to really dig deep and think about what the, freedom means to you. And don't get that confused with like, you have to leave your job. Like not everybody who's a Beachbody or a successful Beachbody coach has left their 9-to-5 job. Some people, we have serious, crazy successful people on Team Boom and in the network who absolutely love their 9-to-5 job and would never leave it. So, don't take somebody else's definition of freedom just because that's what you think you should have. Like think about your definition of freedom. Like what does it mean to you? And if you can see this business opportunity as your avenue, your ticket to that freedom, then you're going to be more likely to put in the time, and you're going to be more likely to send those 10 invites rather than go to bed 10 minutes early, or send those 15 follow-ups rather than finishing a DVR show. Like you're going to make it happen. You're going to find the time. Nobody has the time. You're going to find the time. You're going to find the effort, and you're going to find the consistency. So think about what you're doing differently in this business. And when I say that, I mean, like, what are you doing differently than all the other Beachbody coaches? Do you. Do what's going to work for you. We all have different whys. We all have different reasons for why we're here. Think about what freedom means to you. Think about why you're here and let that drive you forward every single day. Remember, people buy you. People don't buy the fact that you're a Beachbody coach. That should be one piece of the puzzle that makes you you. If all you're doing is sharing about health and fitness, it's not showing people the real you. It's just showing people that like 1/5, that one part of you. And that's great. But in order for people to join you, they want to see that you are a real person. You are a whole person, whether you have kids or don't have kids. You work a 9-to-5, you don't have a 9-to-5. Like whatever your hobbies are, whatever your likes are, your dislikes, your personality, like they want to see all that stuff. So again, I know I could like beat a dead horse with this, but I talk about it all the time, but it's so important. And I think it's something we can all constantly work on, is thinking about those 5 things or more that make you you, and really like laser focusing on those in your stories and in your posts, and showcase all of who you are, not just the highlight reel and not just the health and fitness part, because that's what you think people want to see. They want to see some of it. They want a free recipe here and there. They want some motivation, but they also want to know that you're a real person, because when they see that you're a real person, they can relate to you. And when people can relate to you, they're going to start to like you. And when people like you, that's when they're going to learn to trust you. And when people trust you, that's when they're going to join you. It takes some time. But if you're just showing them health and fitness, they might like your stuff. They're probably going to follow you, but they might be more likely to join somebody else who's really showcasing like the real deal. And that doesn't mean you have to get like super personal in order for people to join you. And while getting a little vulnerable is not awful, you want to show people who the real you is without, you don't want to do something that you don't want to do. It's up to you, and everybody's kind of comfort level with that is up to them. But basically the 5 things. So I talk about being a mom, being a coach in health and fitness and all that. I kind of put that into one category. I'm an ex-teacher. I used to be a teacher, so I talk about teacher stuff here and there. I'm an anxiety warrior, I call myself. And then obviously I'm pregnant now too. So, so think about your niche too. Think about the people who you're speaking to and what they're going to relate to. And those are the things that you want to post about, share about. So that kind of, I know I went off on a little tangent there, but that kind of goes into like goal setting and showing people who you are. And that's going to allow you to reach your goals, because when you're yourself, people are going to join you. When people join you, that's when your team is going to grow. That's when you're going to earn commission. When your team grows, that's when you're going to be able to cycle more, and the domino effect is just starts going. Be your best self and then share that passion with others. I think a lot of times I know I do. I don't think everybody does. I do. I get caught up in like the businessy part. And sometimes I let the product part go. Sure, I have my shake every day, and granted I'm pregnant right now, but like skipping a workout here, or not really giving the workout my all, or having too many cheats here and there. And, just not that you can't live this balanced life, but I think I forget sometimes to be my best self first and then help others. And that's just going to naturally kind of spill over. So start dreaming, dream big, dream about what you want in your life. And the thing about your dreams and your goals is I call them hairy, scary goals. They should be so hairy and scary that it's almost scary to share them with other people who aren't as like-minded as you are. Like, all of us here in this team, we all have the same like vision. We have the same ideals for our life. And so when we share hairy, scary goals, it's like rock on. Like, we can totally do it. I'm going to help you do it. But when you share them with somebody outside of Beachbody who may be a little bit more closed-minded, who don't know if you can really reach those goals, like that's when it gets a little scary. And that's when your goals are legit. They should be a little bit scary to tell people. But that's what you got to do. You got to dream big, because when you have these big dreams and you have these big visions, that is when you are going to push yourself. I was just making sure I was recording. That's when you're going to push yourself that much further. And that's when you're going to see changes in your business. All right. So moving on, is there any questions, comments, concerns? Okay. So success, that's kind of like that's like the emotional, mental piece of this call. And now we're going to get into logistics. So Success Club and incentives. If you're a newer coach, you might have been hearing some of this jargon and been like a little confused. Again, I know it takes some time to kind of hear these things over and over for it to kind of sink in. So Success Club measures the amount of lives that you're changing. You'll notice oftentimes we don't use the word sell, or, I sold a challenge pack, or I made, X commission. We are talking about changing lives. Every time you sell something or, help somebody with a challenge pack, we talk about it changing a life, because when somebody starts on the program, starts on the workouts, the nutrition plans, they're starting this domino effect of changing their lives for the better. It's their day one. So when you help somebody change their life with a challenge pack, that is 2 Success Club points. And challenge pack is when Beachbody has you buy like Shakeology and the workouts together. When you buy a package deal, not only does Beachbody gives you a discount, and so you're saving money. The idea, I think their idea is that when you buy 2 things together, it's going to help you have that much more success at the start of your journey. So like if you're buying Shakeology and the workouts, you're going to have much more success than just buying the workouts. So their incentive is when you buy it together, you get a discount. And right now, for the month of June, I'm hoping they continue it in July. But right now, for the month of June, all challenge packs over $150 are $20 off, which is another incentive, because Beachbody just wants us to, which I think is really cool of them to do. They just want us to be able to help that many more people. And they know by having these discounts, more people are going to be likely to take the plunge. So Shakeology and the workouts and the performance line, Shakeology and the 3-day refresh. There's a whole slew of different challenge packs. So they're each worth 2 points. So essentially when you have helped 3 different people, you've hit Success Club 6, because 2 times 3 is 6. And so that means you've hit the Success Club. So Success Club 6 is like the bar. So once you've hit Success Club 6, you've hit Success Club, quote unquote. But you don't want to stop there. You don't want to stop until midnight on the last day of the month. You want to keep pushing every single day to help as many people as you possibly can. And then the way I like to look at it is, if you're helping somebody and the end of the month comes and goes and they don't order their challenge pack, you're just setting yourself up for more success the next month and the month thereafter. We call it planting seeds. All of these people, all these conversations, all of these invites, all of these follow-ups, even when somebody doesn't complete their purchase, it doesn't mean that the time was wasted. You know, through your messages, you're getting to know people and they're getting to know you, and they're seeing that you're the real deal and you're really genuine and you actually give a crap about like their health and their wellness, and you're not just trying to make a buck, right? So continue until the very end to invite, follow up, and connect with new people. You know, we have people on this team who hit Success Club 10 and 14 and 20 and so forth. And so it's just, your Success Club numbers are just a reflection of how many people you're helping each month. Now, you can only get Success Club points for new people unless it's a repeat person who you haven't gotten Success Club points from in the past 6 months. So if you got Success Club points from somebody in January and then they ordered another challenge pack in July, you would get 2 more Success Club points. So Success Club is not the end all be all, but it's definitely a great way to gauge your progress in this business. Everybody should be aiming to hit Success Club every single month. And really, in my opinion, it might sound like a little tough love. I don't think it's too hard to hit Success Club every month. Some months are easier than others to hit it, but if you're consistently sending your invites and you're consistently showing up on social media and you're consistently connecting with new people, you always have to have new eyes on your stuff, because if you're talking to the same 200, 300, 400, 500 people, you're never going to get new, fresh interest. So definitely, everybody should be shooting for Success Club. Again, another thing that Beachbody does that they don't have to do, in my opinion, is they have Success Club incentives, which I think is amazing. The biggest one being the Success Club trip. Every year, there's a Success Club trip. And so basically, there's a ginormous list that Beachbody generates based on Success Club numbers. And so, the highest Success Club earner is number 1 on the list, all the way to 0, all the way to, the last person. And so you are invited to this trip based on your placement on that list. And so they start with like the first 500 people. They give them a window of opportunity to sign up. Once people decline, they go to the next people and the next people and the next people until all the spots are filled. So every year it's somewhere different. Usually I should take that back. It's usually they go to different spots. They've been known to go to the same spot a couple times, but it's free besides a $300 deposit, and then we pay for airfare. But like the hotel is free. You get to work out live with the celebrity trainers. All the food and drinks are free. Now Summit is amazing and so much fun, but it's definitely businessy. Whereas the Success Club trip is like straight up vacation. It's so fun. You get to hang out with all of our teammates who we barely get to see in person. And it's amazing. It's definitely something to work your butt off to get to. This year, I had to skip last year because of Zika. I got nervous with Zika. But this coming March, I think it's March, we're going to the Dominican Republic, I think. It'll be my second Success Club trip. No, my third Success Club trip, and I'm really excited about it. So keep working to get yourself on the wait list. The other thing they do is they do prizes. They just recently changed it up. So if you hit Success Club 1 month in the year, they give you a prize. And then if you hit it 3 times in the year, they give you a prize. And then if you hit it 6 times in the year, they give you a prize. And the prizes are kind of cool. Sometimes, some months they're better than others. Like the latest one, or one of the most recent ones I got, was like a Coach tank, which was kind of neat. It's like a distress tank. We've gotten backpacks before, water bottles. We've gotten bobbleheads of the celebrity trainers. We've gotten access to like an exclusive webinar, like one with Rachel Hollis. I think I've gotten a cutting board. I've gotten a yoga mat. Like they're really kind of neat and fun. And then last but not least is Success Starter. When you hit Success Club 6 or above, in your first 3 months as a coach. Now, they let you pick your first month as your actual first month or your first full month. Because, for example, if you signed up today, June 24th, it's not fair. You only have 6 days left to hit Success Club. So they would allow someone who's signing up today to count July as their first month. But if you hit Success Club 6 or above, your first 3 months as a coach, they will give you a free ticket to the following year's summit. Now, it depends on which month it lands on, if it's the coming year or the following year. I think at this point, the ticket would be for next year, 2020. So that's a really cool incentive for your new coaches who are coming on board to kind of help them with that. Okay, so moving on to Rank and Controlled Business Center. Now, again, these are the 2 that we talk about in the Emerald Call, but I'll go over them quickly. So everyone in this business starts as a coach. No matter who you are, what your background is, you start as a coach. If you go into your Coach Online office and you go to the Monitor My Business tab, and then you go down to Graphical Genealogy, you'll see the coaches who are below you. Now, if you're a brand new coach and you haven't brought on anybody, but you're seeing people below you, these are the coaches that your upline coach or the coaches, your coaches have brought on and placed below you. This is where the team aspect comes in. That means that's your strong leg because the team is helping you build that side of your business. So these are not your personally sponsored coaches, but they will, so they're not going to help you with like Success Club and that sort of thing, but they're going to help you, and they're not going to help you with rank, but they're going to help you with volume, because everything that they generate and everything that their customers generate and all that fun stuff, we know that volume starts at the bottom, works its way up. So they are going to help you with rank with volume, and volume equals team cycling, and team cycling equals free money Thursdays. So you definitely want to get to know those people. You should be reaching out to them in like the team page, send them a friend request. Because that's the team effort. Like this is when that business gets fun. It's like you're working together for a common cause. You know, you're working together to help more people, and in turn, you're going to be making more money. But in order to get to Emerald, which is the first technical rank in this business, you need to sign up 2 of your very own people. One you're going to put on your left leg, one you're going to put on your right leg. We suggest putting your controlled business center. So that's, you know, someone who you can really trust, a spouse, a close sibling, a very close friend. In the first spot on your weak leg, now your upline coach can help you determine which one of your legs is your weak leg and which one of your legs is your strong leg. But we suggest you put them on your weak leg because majority of your efforts are going to go on your weak leg, because the other leg has your team, right, that's helping you. So majority of your efforts is going to go on your weak leg, and so you might as well put your controlled business center on that leg and have your controlled business center and your own business center reap the maximum benefits from having put them there. And so essentially signing up a controlled business center is like double dipping for your household. So I signed up I'm up here, I signed up my husband. I had no idea what I was doing, but like 3 weeks into coaching, Annie told me to do it. And so I did it. Again, going back to that vision and that mindset. I had that vision. I had that long-term mindset. I knew this business was inevitable as long as I showed up and I was consistent and I was coachable. And so I did what you told me to do. And obviously, you're not going to see the benefits of this action overnight. But 4 years later now, my husband makes like good money just because I placed him where I placed him, and I placed him when I placed him. It's not wrong, but the longer you wait to sign up your significant other, your controlled business center, the more volume they're going to be missing out on. But because I'm here and I signed up my husband right away, he's maximizing on all the volume that's accruing underneath him every week. Whereas if I had signed him up down here, and in between we had signed up like a rock star coach who's generating so much volume, he's not going to benefit from that because he missed the boat on that. I hope that makes sense. So you want to sign them up, and you want to encourage your new coaches to sign up their controlled business center on their weak leg as soon as possible, and remind them that it's okay if they don't totally understand, but hopefully they can trust the process and trust you and trust me and, you know, everyone who's suggesting that they do that. So when you have an active coach on your left and an active coach on your right, meaning that they are paying their business service fee and they're ordering at least 50 personal volume worth of product every month, which doesn't have to be Shakeology, but most of the time it is. When you have an active one on your left and an active one on your right, you get to be Emerald. Emerald is awesome because there's credibility. It means you're moving your business forward. By having 2 active coaches below you, you're building your team. You're able to team cycle. You can't team cycle unless you're an active Emerald. There's another, and you get to be part of the free lead program. So when Beachbody has customers who don't otherwise have a coach, they will give them to Beachbody coaches who meet the criteria. And the criteria is being an active Emerald or above and hitting Success Club. So it's a really cool program because you get these free customers. Not all of them pan out to be amazing, but some of them do. I've had people turn into discount coaches who started in the customer program. Note that with the customer lead program, you don't get the commission from their first order, but every order thereafter you do. If you hit Success Club 10 and you're an active Emerald, you get the customer leads, which are like from the programs, and then you also get Shakeology leads. And from the Shakeology leads, you do get the commission from their initial order and then every order thereafter. So it's like extra incentive to hit Success Club 10. You want to, when you get to be an Emerald, you want to stay an Emerald or above. You never want to drop rank if possible. The reason why is because as an Emerald, you get to accrue all this volume, which is awesome. And you get to cycle. When one leg gets to 200 personal volume points and one leg gets to 100 personal volume points, you cycle, you cash out. As an Emerald, you cycle for $14 a cycle. As a Ruby, it's $16 a cycle. And as a Diamond, it's $18 a cycle. So you're accruing all that volume. And if you can't use it 1 month, or 1 week, say you have 200 and 200. So Beachbody is going to take away 200 on one leg and 100 on the other leg. So that leg's still going to have 100 left over. You don't lose it. Beachbody allows you to roll that over to the next week, which is awesome. The only time you do lose your accrued volume is when you drop Emerald status. So when you drop Emerald status, all of that accrued volume, if you've been an Emerald for a while, gets depleted. It goes to zero. It's a very, very sad day. So you don't want to drop Emerald once you get there. So obviously your goal after getting to Emerald is to move your business forward and add more coaches. Not only is that going to help get you closer to Diamond, but it's also going to create these buffers for yourself. Because if you sign up Sally and John right away, and then Sally decides that she's allergic to Shakeology and it's not worth her being a coach anymore, and you don't have anybody else under Sally, you're going to drop Emerald rank and you're going to lose all your accrued volume. But if you sign up Sally and John, and then 2 days after Sally signed up, you signed up Sarah, it doesn't matter that Sally left because you still have Sarah kind of holding down the fort over there on that leg for you. Does that make sense? So I call them buffers, but also buffers just mean you're building your team and you're getting closer to Diamond, which is the goal. Trying to think. I think that is it for that. So when you sign up your Controlled Business Center, you want it to be someone really close to you, someone you can trust, because it's exactly how it sounds. You're going to be controlling their business center. So you're going to be going into their account, controlling who they sign up, where they sign them up. And then their business center is going to be receiving the payments, going to be receiving the commission. So it needs to be someone who you can work something out with for them to transfer you the money. If you don't, my husband and I have a shared bank account, so it doesn't matter for us. But if it's your mom or somebody, you're going to figure out how she's going to give you the money that you've earned that week. Now, we suggest that you sign up your Controlled Business Center with a challenge pack that's slightly different than the one that you got for a couple of reasons. It's so that you can try new products. So say you signed up with BOD and Shakeology, maybe you're going to sign up your Controlled Business Center with BOD and the Performance line so that you can try new products. The more products you can try, the more experience you have, you can talk to your prospects about. You also get the $50 commission, you get 2 Success Club points, and you're getting yourself halfway to Emerald, as well as the personal volume, the team volume from that order. So it just makes sense. And then they get that $40 one-time sign-up fee waived because they're getting a challenge pack. So it just makes the most sense to get them a challenge pack and to get it with something different so you can try some new products. Also know that moving forward, so they would pay the $16 business fee, but you could be ordering things through that account. So say you get Shakeology under yourself and then you've fallen in love with Energize, you would get Energize under that account to keep them active. So it's still not like extra stuff. You're not buying, which is one of the things I love about Beachbody. You're not buying all these things just to kind of store them in your pantry. You're buying these things to actually use, and in return, you're feeling better and you're looking better and you have more energy and confidence. And you know what I mean? So like if you're going to buy Energize anyway, keep your account active with Shakeology and then buy Energize and Recover under your Control Business Center to keep it active. You're going to buy it anyway. You might as well buy it under them to keep them active. And then it helps everybody. So going back to the volume, $14 per cycle as an emerald, $16 per cycle as a ruby, $18 per cycle as a diamond. Right off the bat, that might not sound like a lot, like, oh, big whoop, $14, $16. But think about if you team cycled like 16, 6, 10, 20, 30 times a week, times 4 weeks in a month, times 12 months in a year, like it adds up. It really adds up. We have people who, I think Annie like cycles sometimes like $4,000 a week just from cycling. She's not a huge success point earner, which is totally fine, but she makes a serious income, which just goes to tell you that the majority of her income comes from residual income, comes from this team cycling. So like, this is where the whole idea of this isn't a get rich quick overnight business. Like it takes time to accrue, but if you stay the course and if you're consistent and you put in the time and the work and the effort, it pays you back twofold. I think that's kind of it. So just kind of wrap it up, think about like what you could do with all that money. So yeah, it might not be a ton of money right now, but in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, think about how having that kind of money would change your life, change your family's life. Think about what you would be able to do. Think about that freedom. Think about the freedom that it would afford you. And maybe you're not thinking of all these fancy schmancy things. Maybe you just want to live like a comfortable, fun, stress-free life, which is exactly what I want. Now I'm home with my son now. I'm pregnant. I'm going to be home with that baby. That's great. We've moved into a bigger house. That's awesome. Now I just want to live this life where we don't have to, we have bigger bills now and we're still, living paycheck to paycheck. And I don't want to live like that. I want to be able to go on vacation. I want to be able to not say no to my kids. I want to be able to go on date night once a week. I just want a more comfortable lifestyle. And that's what freedom looks like to me at this point in time. So, you got to really dig deep to your why, dig deep to your avenue of freedom, dig deep to, what your life could look like and feel like imagine that, dream big. Remember those dreams. If they're not scary to say to somebody outside of the Beachbody world, then they're not big enough. Dream big, because anything is possible in this business if you dream big enough and you work hard enough. And remember that half of this business you learn by doing. We can teach you half of this business. If you're a new coach, you're probably in the new coach chat. You've been through the new coach mentorship training on the website. But that's only half of it. Half of this business you just have to learn as you go. You're going to make mistakes. That's part of this. That's how you learn and that's how you grow. And chances are, whoever you're conversing to or whatever the situation may be, and you make a mistake, chances are they're not even going to know. But that's how you learn and you change, your tactics, or you change whatever for the next time, and you keep moving forward. That's, the beauty of this business. It's not like you have to know everything in order to start. You just have to start. So I think that's it on my end. I'm going to check the chat. No questions there. Yeah, that's it. So the thing I wanted to mention was just the Morning Meltdown 100 group. So hopefully you guys have tried the workout. Hopefully you're promoting it. If you're not in that Boss Babes Mastermind group, let me know and I'll add you, because it's an amazing resource, not just for Morning Meltdown 100, but just in general. I got a ton of graphics there this morning for my stories. That just made life super helpful. So definitely we're promoting it. And Maureen, definitely. Be promoting it. You should be doing the workouts. You should be planning as coaches. We should all be planning to order. Oh, Pam, you too. We should be ordering the program on July 1st when it comes out, because then we get access to 10 bonus or 10, I don't know if it's bonus workouts or just 10 of the workouts you get like early access to. So then you'd be doing them and then you're going to be promoting them. So then when July 16th comes and the general public, regular customers can order, they're going to be much more likely to order it. And we have that info group too. If you're not in the info group, let me know and I can add you to the info group. They're the first 10 workouts. Perfect. So you just get early access to them, which is going to allow you to kind of get your own foot in the door, kind of get a handle on things so that you're going to be better equipped to help your people when they actually do sign up. As of July 16th, I think regular customers can sign up. And then our group, we're going to run an exclusive Team Liberate group like we usually do for the launch of a new program. It's going to, I think we'll open it up early for these people who are ordering ordering early and trying out the first 10 workouts, so we can kind of just chat about it. But technically the group will start on July 22nd with prep. And then on July 29th, we'll kick off. So that gives us, those of us who are going to Summit, it gives us a week to kind of get back and get back into the groove, get over our post-Summit like hangovers and tired hangovers, just kind of get back into like our normal routine. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I need to work on making some room on my computer for these videos to download. I have last week's call too. I'm going to do that as soon as possible, and then I will post the recording. All right. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks for joining me, and I will talk to you later.